progress made there on the short run.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Fires left. A strike downfield. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs.
Turning it on! Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for the score. Touchdown LSU! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Sategna. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking for room, it's up. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. He's got it again. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. The Sooners want to move quickly. The give to the back. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Grabbed behind the line, it's Brown. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown LSU! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
He'll bring it out. It's Burks. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. Got a little space. Got enough for the first down and wants more. There he goes. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. You want to talk about flipping the script. They just did that with a huge play, and now they've got it 1st and 10 in plus territory. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. And the Sooners with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get him in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a gap. It's Tatum. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Got his man. Hard running there. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. He showed his ability to shed tackles, but good night. The defense just kept flying to it.
And that's what you're supposed to do. Defensively, you fly to the football. As soon as you see that thing thrown, I got to break on the football and not assume somebody else is going to make the tackle. And they...
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Pushes ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And he puts through the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Complete to the right. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They'll give it to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. He's got the tight end. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Love the route there by the tight end in man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Power football with the run. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. Trying to get it in. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Sooners racing to the line in a hurry-up. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sooners.
been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
And they did tack on the extra point. So they moved the ball 37 yards on the drive. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. It's complete to the left. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the starter.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Takes the handoff. It's Ott. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Plows through the defense. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Fourth down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. On the run, fires downfield. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Makes the catch, it's Thomas. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Watson. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Green. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. Looking for blockers. And the returner is stopped. For this Sooner offense to go back to work. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Got the first down and more. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They go to the draw. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
A lot of times those draw plays are successful when those defensive linemen run up the field, rush the quarterback, create some holes. Not this time. The defensive line did a really good job understanding that, seeing the draw play, getting the running back, getting his butt on the ground.
Quarterback keeper. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks it down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Just going to keep it after the snap. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Just 1 for 3 on 4th down so far in this one, but they'll stay on the field and try to and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Looking for the time with the extra point. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up the safety.
And he's wrestled to the ground.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. On fourth down, looking for the completion. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Creates a little room. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. They'll run it from the gun.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolutely center cut. And now they regain the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. With the catch, it's Durham. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Trying play action. Finds the tight end. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Ripping off a really good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Off play action on first down. The sure hands, it's Green. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Gets the back moving. From the gun to give, looking for room. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. All down, and they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Anderson. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have complete...
Touchdown, Tigers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small. But the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Coming out with it, it's Burks. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And the defense had that one sniffed out from the start. But look at this. The offense back on the ball.
Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. Touchdown Sooners. They move on top here in the fourth.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated, pound the rock, get in the end zone, and take the lead.
This one's big to make sure they can't beat you with a field goal. And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the fourth quarter. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David.
He's looking. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. Running to Green. Got the first down and more. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Quarterback keeps it. They stop him well short of the marker. It's fourth down from the 27. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Smashes it between the uprights. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the fourth.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out.
Gets away from one, finds room. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little.
Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Can't get him to the ground. And to use that stiff arm as a sledgehammer to bludgeon his way to a few extra yards. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Let's see what they've got on second down. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Time is not on their side. Down 6 late. Fourth down looming. They'll have to get this to stay in it. They got him. It's a sack. And what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They'll go to the ground. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And what a break to get that football back at this juncture. That would have been catastrophe.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the field.
Ball sitting right at the 50-yard line, and they'll go for it on 4th and long. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. He cannot get there. A 4th down stop, and now, boys, we might just have a finish. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Pulls it in, it's Durham. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking down the middle. Makes a connection. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
All right, now that play's over. Now I got to know this is it. This is my last play. I got to save my best for last. If I get in the end zone, I win this football game. So what is my play? Who is my player that I'm highlighting to go try to get this done?
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
How about the clock management by this team? Taking all of the clock, scoring late now. All you got to do is finish it. The easy part. Bring out the kicker, knock that PAT through the uprights.
Just an extra point away from taking the lead late. And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop. The coverage team up to the challenge as they put a stop to the return and an end to the game.